I want you to take a moment to think about your favorite song. Now, everyone look around you. Imagine if everyone in this room started dancing to their favorite song simultaneously. It would look pretty chaotic, right? Art is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. As one of mankind's oldest traditions, dance allows you to become both the student and the teacher. This form of expression is universal because no matter who you are, where you're from, or any demographic that you represent, everyone can move their body, even if it isn't on beat. So today, we're going to be talking about how you can turn, leap, and jump to the sounds of life to find your way back to your rhythm. As we grow through life, our patterns are bound to change. Similar to the tempo for a dancer while on the stage, which I've been fortunate enough to experience professionally for over 2 decades. So with that, I would like to share with you 3 lessons that I've learned from dance that can be applied to your life right now and today to help you find your way back to your groove. I'm sure we all experience the same things growing up, where our parents forced us to do something. For me, that something was dance. Initially, I did not want to dance. I didn't know how to dance. The thought of being in front of people intimidated me. Despite being named after the first Black ballerina, I felt that I didn't have a space or a place on the dance floor. Truthfully, I wanted to play football with my big brother, but that's another story for another day. It wasn't until I started experiencing symptoms of depression that I realized my why in dance. Through movement, I found that I could be my most expressive self, even when the words were difficult to find. Dance became my voice. As I began to dance, I discovered parts of myself that I didn't know existed or had masked for so long that they had become unfamiliar. I found that there were others that were speechless like me who needed an outlet to express themselves. From that, I learned that it was my mission and my purpose to dance. Earlier, we were talking about times that we were forced to do something that we didn't necessarily want to do. Now, let's fast forward. From a show of hands, how many of you have adopted into your core life values something that you weren't necessarily interested in? This could be something as small as making the bed in the morning or finishing your work before it's time to go have fun. We now know that as taking care of responsibilities. Sometimes in life, we are forced to do things that we don't necessarily want to do. And it's hard for us to navigate those things because we don't yet see the end. As we continue to dance through life, we find that it isn't until the song is over that we realize the beauty in the choices that we made. Engage your core. What is your why? Knowing and understanding your core values helps you to live a life that is both peaceful and authentic. Your core values help to inform your thoughts, feelings, decisions, and behaviors, and they help to align you with your purpose in life. Having a strong core is imperative in both dance and in life to keep you balanced and to keep you whole. Once your feet are planted for balance, you can then begin to focus on your fundamental skills, which takes time. Our fundamental skills are there to help to keep you on the straight path of where you need to go. Our fundamental skills, they can't be rushed. You have to slow down and you have to take your time. I'll never forget my first industry audition. I was among the first to arrive with my headshot and resume in hand. Before the judges could even walk through the door, I was stretching and had already warmed up because I wanted to leave a great first impression. The choreography was taught to all dancers, but unlike previous mock auditions, there was no opportunity to rehearse and no opportunity to perfect. After getting rid of the nervous butterflies and stepping foot on the stage, it was time to just do. And so I did. When the music came on, I put forth my best effort to leave everything on the floor. And when the music ended, I waited patiently for the judges to tap me on the shoulder, indicating that I would be moving on to the next round. That tap never happened. I began to feel lost in a space that was once so comforting and inviting to me. I began to question myself. Why not me? What could I have done wrong? The chatter in my mind became so loud that I couldn't even hear the constructive criticism that was being given to me. If I had listened to the constructive criticism, I would have learned that I actually did very well. The choice to not include me in that production had nothing to do with the skill or talent level and everything to do with physical limitations. I was not yet tall enough or old enough to be offered a position within that production, which simply meant I needed more time to grow. Understanding that it was more time that I needed to grow, I was able to pivot my focus on building my fundamental skills. As we matriculate through life, we realize that it is not a lack of talent or a lack of skills that we possess. Oftentimes, it is a lack of time. This cannot be rushed. So the next time you take that leap and you don't quite stick your landing, remember to give yourself grace and to give yourself time. Giving yourself time allows you the opportunity to grow in your skill set and build in your strength and knowledge. As you build in your strength and knowledge, you are more prepared to face any of the challenges that life throws at you. And there will be many challenges. I'll tell you a quick story. Performing at Essence Festival was something that had been on my vision board for years. When the opportunity finally presented itself, I was made choreographer for one of my favorite artists. Full creative control was given to me, and I was so excited to show the team just how dedicated to the show's success I was. This show is a dancer and a choreographer's dream. A show of this magnitude was huge. After months of planning and meeting with the other dancers, the stylists, the band, the production team, and the artists, it was finally time to hit the stage. All was going well until we met the halfway point of our set. Unbeknownst to the artists, the dancers, and the audience, there was a technical issue. This issue caused the live instrumentation and the track to fall out of sync with each other. What was once my dream began to turn into a dancer and choreographer's worst nightmare. I knew I had to act quickly to ensure my team wasn't met with embarrassment. So I opted to improvise because, well, the show must go on. During this freestyle, I found creative ways to communicate with my team from various points on the stage because I wanted to ensure that they finished the show with the same strength with which they started. The results were awe-inspiring. My team knew the mission and wouldn't let any of the technical issues or behind-the-scenes things interrupt the quality of the show. Just as my dancers understood that the show must go on, all of us must realize that our lives are being performed on the stage. We cannot always control the different variables that happen around us. There will be naysayers, there will be distractions, and there will be challenges. It is our job to make sure that our internal show continues to progress. So the next time you feel that your show is no longer progressing or that you have fallen out of sync with life, I want you to remember the 3 lessons learned from dance today. Engage your core. Remember your why. Again, knowing and understanding your core values helps you to live a life of authenticity and peace. Knowing your core values helps you to stay grounded. And once you are set in your core values, the next thing I want you to remember is that on this journey, there is no fast lane. So slow down, give yourself grace, and take your time. And lastly, as you jump, leap, and turn to the next spot on life's dance floor, remember that even when the show seems difficult and you have different challenges, the show must go on. Thank you.